Let me start with a confession. There were nights I walked into a room and felt invisible. Yes, me. A little Norma Jean still lived under the diamonds and the spotlight. And on those nights, I learned a secret. If they don't see you, make them feel you first. Not with a shout, with a whisper. A whisper they smell before they turn. What I call a perfume halo. Picture this. You step through a doorway and a soft mist of your scent travels a half-second ahead of you, like a promise. Not heavy, not loud, just a ribbon of you. They look up, they don't know why, but they follow it. That's the halo. And tonight, I'll show you how to weave it, and how to layer that halo with your walk, your eyes, your voice, and your quiet confidence until a room chooses to pay attention. Not because you beg it to, because you make attention feel like a pleasure. I used to think seduction was fireworks. It isn't. It's candlelight. It's the way a flame bends when you pass. Let's begin in front of the mirror, where every great entrance is born. Lights dim, skin warm. Your favorite perfume. Don't spray it on your wrists and mash them together. That bruises the top notes. Let the scent fall from 6 inches above pulse points, behind your knees, the hollow of your throat, inside your elbows. One whisper on the nape, where your hairline kisses your neck. And then, this is the trick. Mist the air, step through it slowly, eyes closed, chin up. It settles on your hair, your dress, the space around you. That's your halo, not a cloud. A veil. I kept a tiny cotton square inside my dress, where no one could see, lightly touched with scent. When I moved, it warmed with me, reawakening the fragrance like a secret echo. If you want them to remember you after you leave, scent the last thing that moves, your hem, your scarf, the edge of a glove. Make your goodbye linger. Now your body. The feminine walk isn't about speed, it's about music. Even without music, make your own. Knees soft, hips not exaggerated, just unhurried. Think of your weight trading places like a dance, left to right to left, an elegant whisper of an S. Your shoulders are the chorus, quiet and steady. Your eyes are the invitation. Don't dart. Drift. Find a face you like, land for a second, then slide away with a tiny smile that says, perhaps. Hold possibility like a pearl in your mouth. Don't drop it all at once. Let it glint. When I felt insecure, my body wanted to shrink. Maybe you know that feeling. So I learned a rescue gesture. I touch the top of my collarbones lightly, take one deep breath, and let my shoulders melt down. Then I imagine a thread at the crown of my head tugging me taller by half an inch. Not a soldier's posture, a swan's. Soft spine, long neck. A woman's presence isn't a wall. It's a curve that invites. Here's another confession. I wasn't always confident. I learned to dress my doubts like I dressed my body, in silk, in light. When you're anxious, talk to your perfume. I'd whisper, do the brave thing for me. The scent would go first, and I would follow. Confidence sometimes comes disguised as ritual. Do it enough times and your body remembers the script. Now, your voice. Many women think seduction lives in the eyes. It also lives in your exhale. Speak on an exhale, like you're letting them in on something. Slow the first words by a heartbeat. Hello? I was just thinking of something. Notice the softness, not weak, soft, like velvet. And then, when the moment matters, drop your tone half a step lower and say the important word slow. Not more. Less, but better. A whisper that carries. People lean in to hear a secret. They lean away from a lecture. I learned the power of keeping a little mystery, even with people who loved me, especially with them. A woman's power isn't in being unreadable. It's in being unhurried. When someone asks for all of you at once, smile and offer a single rose petal. Not the garden. I'm not ready to tell that story yet, I would say, still warm, still kind. Boundaries wrapped in satin are still boundaries. You don't owe anyone your whole diary. Just a page when it's your choice to turn it. Let's step into love for a moment. Romance isn't a fire you stoke only with grand gestures. It's the lighter flick that makes a stranger glance up. It's the 3-second look you save for someone you want to keep. Here's how I did it. Glance at the eyes, drift to the mouth for the briefest heartbeat, then back to the eyes with a half smile that says, "I see you." You leave them wondering, did she? That question is spark. Don't answer it too quickly. At home, I practiced being magnetic with the quiet things. A satin robe that made me move slower. A candle on the sink while I brushed my teeth. Glamour in the ordinary. Powder on my eyelids to soften the glare of the world. Not to hide, to glow. Beauty wasn't armor for me. It was ritual. Ritual tells your nervous system, you are worth a pause. If you've ever been ignored, here's my favorite reversal. Do the exact opposite of chasing attention. Create space. Stand still for 2 full seconds when you enter a room. Breathe. Let your halo arrive. Then begin to move with intention, choosing your first destination like a queen selecting her throne. Maybe it's a window, maybe the bar, maybe a friend. The first place you stand becomes your stage. The room adjusts to you. That's elegance. That's power. Of course, seduction without kindness is a trick, and tricks wilt. The real magnet is warmth. Warmth is what makes your eyes crinkle. What places your hand on someone's forearm for a sincere moment. What remembers their name and says it like a song. Even a goddess can be gentle. Especially a goddess. Let me tell you a story. Once, I went to a party where everyone seemed to be performing at 100 miles an hour. I felt small and tired. So I slipped into the powder room and turned off the harsh light. One candle from my bag. I sat at the edge of the tub in my stocking feet and just breathed. I pressed perfume into the inside of my wrist, just once, no rubbing. When I came back out, I didn't try to be louder. I became slower. People sensed it, like stepping into a cooler room on a hot day. They came to me. That's the magic of self-possession. It's quieter than fame and stronger than attention. Now listen closely. I want you to keep a small secret drawer at home. Inside, a scarf that holds your scent, a lipstick that makes you feel a little dangerous, a pair of earrings that move when you turn your head, a handwritten line you adore, something like, "I am worth lingering over." When you need to feel irresistible, open the drawer. Choose one. Not all. One. The halo works because it's never everything at once. It's the art of the almost. Quick question for you. What is the one small ritual that instantly makes you feel feminine and alive? Tell me in the comments. And if these gentle secrets feel like home, stay close. Tap subscribe so we can meet here again, candlelit. Back to our dance. Let's practice the glide. When you walk, imagine you're carrying a glass of water on your head. Nothing spills. Your feet don't slap. They whisper. Take slightly smaller steps than you think, and let your foot slide along the floor a moment before it leaves. The glide isn't about being slow. It's about being smooth. Smooth feels confident. Smooth feels safe. People are drawn to safe. And your hands, let them speak. I loved gloves, not just for style, but for rhythm. Even without them, keep your fingers soft, your wrists delicate. When you lift your glass, pause halfway, as if the thought of a toast just occurred to you. Then smile at someone specific, not the crowd. Make every gesture a choice, not an accident. Confidence is not the absence of self-doubt. It's the ability to guide your doubt by the hand and walk it to the side. On the days when my heart raced, I would literally excuse myself and wash my hands slowly in cool water. Water is a reset. I would look in the mirror and remember, every woman who was ever called luminous lit herself first. No one else did it for her. In relationships, keep a touch of cinema. When you leave a date, Don't linger in the doorway apologizing for leaving. Give a soft smile, a warm, "Tonight was lovely," and step away with a hint of your scent trailing. Let absence do a little work for you. If you want a man to miss you, let him encounter you twice. Once in person, once in memory. The memory should feel like velvet. Let's talk about makeup, but gently. I was famous for lips, but my true secret was light. I placed a hint of sheen on the tops of my cheeks and the inner corners of my eyes, so they caught the candle flame. Not glitter. Glow. A slight shadow at the outer corners of the eyes tilt them upward. A quiet smile even when you're thinking. Powder where you don't want to shine. Moisture where you do. The point isn't to erase your face. It's to amplify your essence. And your scent, again, because it matters. Choose a fragrance that feels like an emotion you want to carry. Romantic doesn't mean sweet. Powerful doesn't mean harsh. You are allowed to be contradictory, delicate and daring, powdery and spicy. That tension is unforgettable. Keep a tiny vial in your bag, not for constant respraying, but for one careful revival when you feel your energy dip. Press, breathe, return. When people asked me, "How do you stay desirable?" I smiled because the question is too small. Desire is not the goal. Presence is. A woman who is present, really here, in her skin, in her moment, makes everything around her a little brighter. Desire simply follows light. If you need a way to practice presence, try this before you go out. Sit on the edge of your bed. Close your eyes. One hand on your heart, one on your belly. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 2, release for 6. Do this 3 times. Whisper your name, softly, as if you are introducing yourself to the evening. "Hello, darling," I would say to the girl in the mirror. She would smile back. 2 women agreeing to keep each other safe. There's a different kind of power I want you to know. The power of no. Not cold, not sharp, soft and certain. No, thank you. With a warm smile, head slightly tilted, eye contact steady. It leaves no wound and no opening for argument. You decide the pace. Femininity is not about being agreeable. It's about choosing when to open and when to close. A flower doesn't apologize for nightfall. And finally, your exit. Most people focus on the entrance. I think about the last 10 steps. Slow them. Turn your head, not your whole body, to say goodbye. Brush the air with your scent as you go. Leave the room better than you found it. Someone laughed. Someone felt seen. Someone noticed the candlelight you brought in your eyes. Do you feel it? The halo isn't just perfume. It's a promise. It's your walk, your gaze, your laugh, your stillness. It's the way you hold your nervous heart like a delicate glass and decide to shine anyway. Every woman has a Monroe effect. Don't you dare tell me you don't. It's not about looking like me. It's about loving the part of you that makes the world softer. If you want the room to turn, love yourself first, scent the air with that love, and take your time crossing the floor. Tonight, when you step out, take one secret from our drawer. Mist the air, walk through your halo, and let the world discover you at your pace. If anyone asks what changed, smile like you're keeping a promise, because you are.